Hello brothers and sisters, meet again on channel Ahang Simulator. FPS is a genre of games where players engage in gun battles from a first-person perspective. Famous FPS games include Point Blank, Counter-Strike, Valorant and so on. This genre is quite popular among gamers. Not only on the PC platform, Android gamers are also quite fond of FPS games. There are many choices of FPS games that can be played on the Android platform. These choices keep popping up and always offer their own charm. Including in 2022, many choices of FPS games are available to be played on the Android platform. Among the best are the 10 best offline FPS games 2022 Android that we will recommend. Here are the 10 best offline FPS games for Android 2022 that we will recommend. The Last Adventurer. Like the title, here you will be the last adventurer on Earth. It is said that the rest of the human population has been contaminated with the zombie virus. But you still look for other humans who may still survive destruction. The husband's game will take you to the different place with XP. Cinematic XP lives, from forests, abandoned cities, mountains, rivers and others. Singer Also's game invites you to live an interesting story with tense actions against the undead. One of its advantages is that lies in the visual quality that is served. Throughout the game, you will be spoiled with XP. Life XP environment is very spoil the eyes. Next up is an FPS game with a long-range shooter theme entitled Pure Sniper. This game offers pretty slick 3D graphics with a sweetener in the form of slow-motion bullet movement, sound that supports, and smooth and easy-to-master controls. There are a number of modes that can be played, ranging from campaign mode, gun range competition, and so on. Where the game mode will take players to complete various challenges. As you progress, the missions given will become more difficult and complex. Back in the game that offers realistic 3D graphic concepts, there is a game called Combat Master. This FPS game is quite interesting with AAA graphics and quite intense gameplay. There is no auto-fire or aim snap, so the accuracy of the shot really depends on your ability to control the shot. In terms of gameplay, here you will fight in multiplayer-based gameplay, where you will be divided into two different teams like a Counter-Strike game. But because it can be played offline, of course the enemy to be fought is a number of bots. In concept and presentation, this game is actually very potential, although it still has various shortcomings. Another FPS game that could be your choice this year is Skytrail. This mobile game that runs in portrait mode is suitable to accompany your leisure time because in terms of gameplay and visuals, this game is quite casual. By design, the characters are made in a playful style with a choice of bright colors. Gameplay-wise, you need to complete each level by defeating the enemy in a firefight. Because the place where you fight is the rooftop, the parkour element is quite thick in this game. You will jump from one roof to another in completing each level. As we mentioned earlier, this game is a casual game without any deep story and complicated missions that require you to think deeply. So, Skytrail is a game that is suitable to be played to just fill your spare time. Sniper Mission also could be an alternative if you are looking for the best FPS game offline in 2022 to be played in this year. As the title suggests, you will act as a sniper and perform various missions. Like the other sniper games, you need to be patient and directed to the target with precise shooting. You will gain a reward if successful mission. The rewards you can use to buy a wide range of weapons to make your shot better. The more missions are completed, the better weapons you can use. Visually, the game is presented in a cartoony style that's light enough to play. Directions design is a casual game with a variety of missions that contain humor. Interestingly, you can try to kill the enemy in an indirect way, that shoot objects as potentially explosive oil drums. Burning Dead is a zombie-themed FPS game that deserves a recommendation on this list. You will play in forest and mountain locations filled with scary zombies. You need to survive there and also save your child. Aside from the creepy zombies that burn, the highlight of this game is the location. Forests and mountains with steep road conditions and minimal lighting make this game more exciting and challenging. The extreme track also makes you need to jump or climb, so you will often do parkour action here. In addition, the game is made even more tense because the extreme track is combined again with conditions that are also extreme, namely forest fires. Plus deadly creatures are also a threat. Our next recommendation is WarStrike. This FPS game is packed with slick graphic quality and can be played offline. Here you can upgrade weapons to strengthen combat power. The types of weapons available are quite varied. The game will be carried out in various missions provided, where the mission will bring players to carry out war action. The mission is also an illustration of the story presented by this game. Overall, WarStrike offers intense gameplay with slick graphics, supportive sounds and smooth game controls. Next is the best offline FPS game 2022 Android-themed zombie apocalypse, which comes with a quite unique concept. Here you don't hold a gun and fight head-to-head with the undead, but you will become a drone pilot to eradicate the beasts. Because the point of view is taken from a drone, this FPS game is presented with a top-down camera perspective. In every battle you face you will not be alone. The drone that you control will help ground troops from the air to eradicate the undead. You will not run a repetitive battle because the place where you face the enemy is quite varied. Along with progress, upgrading weapons or replacing them with various other types of weapons can be done to increase combat power. Not only weapons, you can even choose various types of drones to use. The best offline FPS game 2022 that can be played on the next Android platform is Gunfire: Endless Adventure. This game offers an FPS game where you will go on an adventure in a dungeon facing various fierce monsters who are trying to stop you. Graphically, this game looks quite unique compared to other FPS games. This display makes this game comfortable to play on the visual side, where you can more easily identify the enemies that are in front of you. Along the way you will see various magic boxes that will give you additional bullets, various items and also resources when destroyed. In addition to focusing on shooting action, this game also adds RPG elements for character development. WarStrike Shooting, an FPS game that promises a pretty slick graphic display with sound effects that support its gameplay. This game is a battleground game that offers a lot of fun. You will be told to be Dmitry, a young soldier who fights alone against the invaders. In addition to battleground, you can also play as a sniper who eradicates scary zombies in zombie mode. In addition to playing offline, you can also play multiplayer online. As an offline FPS game, this game is quite interesting, especially with its relatively light size.